The atmosphere was electric as fans, photographers, and entertainment reporters gathered for the massive world premiere of the highly anticipated return of Mark He-Man to the big screen. Bright lights flashed across the red carpet, while longtime followers of the legendary franchise celebrated a moment they had been waiting decades to witness. Standing proudly among the stars of the evening was Dolph Lundgren, the actor who originally brought Mark He-Man to life nearly 40 years ago. His appearance at the event instantly sparked excitement among fans who grew up watching the classic adventure unfold in theaters and on television screens around the world. As he walked across the carpet, Dolph Lundgren carried the confidence and calm presence that made him such an unforgettable action hero in the first place. Reporters eagerly surrounded him, asking how it felt to return to the world of Mark He-Man after so many years. The actor smiled warmly before explaining that the experience felt emotional, exciting, and deeply rewarding. According to him, it was incredible to see a story that once belonged to one generation now being introduced to a completely new audience. Dolph Lundgren shared that it had been almost 4 decades since he first stepped into the role, but the connection between the character and the fans had never disappeared. He explained that the franchise continued to survive because audiences truly loved the heart of the story. Even after all these years, people still remembered the courage, strength, and heroism represented by Mark He-Man. For the actor, returning to that universe felt like reconnecting with an old friend who had never really gone away. During the interview, Dolph Lundgren described himself as the elder warrior, now helping guide the next generation. He spoke proudly about passing the torch to rising star Galitzine, who takes on the powerful role in the new adaptation. The veteran actor explained that there was something meaningful about helping a younger performer step into such an iconic character. He said the experience reminded him how stories can evolve over time while still holding on to the same spirit that originally made them special. When asked about the kind of advice he gave Galitzine, Dolph Lundgren kept many details secret to avoid revealing important moments from the film. However, he did tease that his guidance appears directly inside the movie itself. According to the actor, there is a crucial point in the story where his character appears and offers wisdom to the younger hero. He hinted that the scene carries emotional weight and represents an important turning point for the new version of Mark He-Man. Fans immediately became even more curious after hearing this revelation. The idea of Dolph Lundgren returning in a mentor-like role created a wave of excitement online. Many longtime followers of the franchise viewed the moment as a symbolic passing of the sword from one generation to another. Instead of simply revisiting the past, the film appears to honor the original legacy while building a fresh future for modern audiences. Reflecting on the original movie from the 1980s, Dolph Lundgren admitted that he never imagined the franchise would become so beloved over the years. At the time, he was only 28 years old and focused on doing his best performance possible. Like many actors early in their careers, he could not predict which projects would continue to live on in popular culture decades later. Yet somehow, the world of Mark He-Man endured. The actor explained that the fans played the biggest role in keeping the franchise alive. Throughout the years, audiences continued to celebrate the film through conventions, fan art, collectibles, and online discussions. Generations of viewers introduced the story to younger family members, allowing the character's legacy to grow even stronger with time. Seeing that loyalty and passion remain alive today deeply moved Dolph Lundgren. The premiere itself felt like a celebration of fantasy storytelling and nostalgia. Posters featuring the mighty hero covered the venue, while fans arrived dressed as characters from the legendary universe. Some wore armor inspired by Mark He-Man, while others appeared in costumes modeled after the villainous Mark Skeletor. The excitement in the crowd demonstrated how deeply the franchise still resonates with audiences across different age groups. At one point during the presentation, dramatic footage from the new film played on giant screens inside the theater. The emotional scenes immediately captured the audience's attention. A powerful voice declared that Mark Skeletor had destroyed families and shattered worlds. The trailer hinted at a darker and more emotional storyline than previous versions, focusing not only on action and battles, but also on themes of loss, responsibility, and personal growth. The footage showed the hero struggling with failure and doubt while searching for the courage to rise again. One especially emotional moment featured a mentor figure offering advice about strength and resilience. The character explained that falling down is not the end, but rather an opportunity to stand taller than before. Fans in attendance reacted loudly to the scene, many believing the speech represented the emotional heart of the movie. Much of the evening's conversation centered around Mark Nicholas Galitzine, Mark, and his transformation into the iconic warrior. Reporters asked Dolph Lundgren what he thought the first time he saw the younger actor fully dressed as Mark He-Man Mark on set. Without hesitation, he praised the performance and appearance of the rising star. According to Mark Dolph Lundgren, Mark Nicholas Galitzine immediately looked the part. The veteran actor explained that physical strength alone was not enough to portray the legendary hero correctly. In his opinion, the role also requires compassion, gentleness, and emotional balance. He believed the younger actor successfully captured both sides of the character, the fierce warrior and the caring human being underneath the armor. The actor emphasized that true power is not simply about fighting ability or physical dominance. Instead, he explained that the real challenge lies in understanding how to use power responsibly. This balance between strength and kindness has always been one of the most important themes inside the world of Mark He-Man. Mark Dolph Lundgren felt confident that Mark Nicholas Galitzine understood this message and brought it naturally into his performance. As clips from the movie continued playing throughout the event, audiences witnessed glimpses of epic battles, emotional confrontations, and visually stunning fantasy landscapes. Massive castles, glowing swords, and dangerous enemies filled the screen, creating an atmosphere that blended nostalgia with modern cinematic spectacle. The film clearly aims to introduce the legendary story to a new era while respecting the elements that longtime fans still treasure. Entertainment critics attending the premiere noted that the relationship between Mark Dolph Lundgren and Mark Nicholas Galitzine added emotional depth to the production. Rather than treating the original star as a forgotten figure from the past, the filmmakers appear to embrace his importance in the franchise's history. This decision has helped longtime fans feel included in the new chapter instead of replaced by it. Many people online described the collaboration as a perfect example of honoring legacy characters in modern filmmaking. Audiences often worry that reboots ignore the emotional connection fans have with original actors and stories. However, the involvement of Mark Dolph Lundgren reassured viewers that the spirit of the classic film remains respected within the new adaptation. Throughout the evening, Mark Dolph Lundgren continued expressing gratitude toward the fans who supported the franchise for decades. He explained that seeing young viewers discover Mark He-Man for the very first time reminded him why storytelling matters. Heroes like Mark He-Man Mark represent hope, courage, and perseverance, qualities that continue inspiring people regardless of age or generation. The actor also reflected on how much the entertainment industry has changed since the original movie premiered. Special effects technology, filmmaking techniques, and audience expectations have evolved dramatically over the years. Despite these changes, he believes the emotional core of heroic storytelling remains timeless. Audiences still connect deeply with characters who face fear, overcome failure, and fight to protect others. For Mark Nicholas Galitzine Mark, stepping into such a beloved role comes with enormous pressure and responsibility. Millions of fans already have strong memories connected to the character, making comparisons unavoidable. Yet, early reactions from the premiere suggested that many viewers were impressed by his dedication and screen presence. His performance appears to combine emotional vulnerability with heroic confidence, giving the character a fresh but familiar identity. The film's portrayal of Mark Skeletor Mark also generated major discussion among fans. The legendary villain remains one of the most recognizable enemies in fantasy entertainment history. Early footage teased a darker and more threatening version of the character, raising anticipation for the intense conflict that will drive the story forward. As the premiere came to an end, excitement surrounding the future of the franchise continued growing. Fans crowded outside the venue, discussing their favorite moments from the trailer and sharing emotional reactions to seeing Mark Dolph Lundgren return to the universe that helped define his career. Many viewers described the evening as both nostalgic and inspiring, proving that the world of Mark He-Man still holds a powerful place in popular culture. For Mark Dolph Lundgren, the experience represented more than simply revisiting an old role. It symbolized the continuation of a legacy built through decades of fan support, imagination, and storytelling. Watching a new generation embrace the hero he once portrayed filled him with pride and appreciation. His presence at the premiere served as a reminder that some legends never truly disappear. Now, with Mark, Nicholas Galitzine preparing to lead the franchise into a new era, audiences around the world are eager to see how the story unfolds. The combination of classic legacy, emotional storytelling, and modern cinematic scale has already created enormous anticipation. Whether viewers grew up with the original film or are discovering the universe for the first time, the return of Mark He-Man promises an adventure filled with courage, heart, and heroic destiny.